In this era of superhero oversaturation, it's really refreshing to see anything that feels slightly different from the pack. But I have to admit, when The Incredibles 2 was announced, I was a little hesitant. You see, in my opinion, Pixar has kind of gotten Alzheimer's as of recent years. After Toy Story 3, they seem to have forgotten what it takes to make a perfect movie. But similar to an Alzheimer's patient, they sometimes have these flashes of brilliance, and it's like, that's the Pixar I remember. They're there, they're alive. But most of the time, you get The Good Dinosaur, you get Finding Dory, you get Cars 2 and 3. You get films that are utterly forgettable. The Inside Outs are rare. So rare that you wonder if Pixar will ever regain that talent. Well, so after 14 years of waiting, was Incredibles 2 worth it? I'd say, for the most part, yes. But it's still not the Pixar I remember. The film picks up exactly where the first one left off. The Underminer is attacking the city, and the Incredibles have to stop them. And exactly like the first film, superheroes are still illegal. So the major plot point of this movie is the superheroes trying to take back the spotlight. A business firm is trying to push the narrative that superheroes are good, and they use Elastigirl as their spokesperson. So that's where the film kind of leads you into. Can superheroes make it back onto the main stage? Is there a possibility for superheroes entering the world? We saw these topics visited in the first movie, but they kind of are more fleshed out in this one. The best part of this movie is the animation and the action. I'm not going to say that the first Incredibles looks bad, but compared to The Incredibles 2, it looks like trash. The Incredibles 2 is Pixar at its finest. When I say they forgot how to make a perfect movie, that's more in terms of story and character. Their animation abilities are still top-notch. And the beauty of this film shows what superpowers would look like in the real world. When you watch a superhero movie now, done by Marvel or by DC, they're limited by what they can use CGI for and what the human body can do, but not The Incredibles. With an animated feature, you can do anything that a power will allow you to and be as creative as possible. The way Elastigirl bends and moves her body is exactly what you would expect stretchiness as a power to be. Now, as for the negatives, there are actually plenty. The story is as predictable as it comes. The first Incredibles took you off guard with that buddy reveal, and it's awesome watching Syndrome become the character you used to know. That doesn't happen in this one. You will know exactly who the bad guy is right when they enter frame. Along with that, I personally feel that the story beats they're hitting on in this movie, being a parent is a superhero and superheroes being illegal, we kind of faced those in the first movie. It doesn't really tread new ground, in my opinion. Another issue is that the three main set pieces, like the big ones, are all stopping a big object. I don't know what happened in the storyboard room, but no one noticed that you're stopping a moving vehicle every single time? Really? And going with that, there's no big family set piece. In that first movie, when all of the family finally gets together and you get to see them all using their powers in tandem, it's awesome. It's, let me put it, basically incredible. There is no moment like that in this one. They forego that and highlight just specific characters. I like to see the team, and I wish they'd done that more. Now, that's not to say that the movie is bad. No, I actually think the movie is quite good. But like many Pixar movies nowadays, I find that the few good moments, even though they still outshine the negatives are popping up more and more frequently. As for the standout moments that you'll take away after leaving the theater, Elastigirl's fight with Screenslaver, one of the villains of the movie, fantastic. It almost seems like it's out of like Coraline or a Tim Burton animated movie. It is creepy and terrifying and almost not cool for kids, and I loved it. And also all the powers they show on screen, there are a ton more superheroes in this one, so you will get to see dozens of powers on screen this time, which is exactly what you want sometimes from a sequel. Bigger and better. And if you're looking for a type of movie that fits this bill, that's similar to Incredibles 2, or sounds similar, but you want something a little different, I would say Pixar 2011 and back is perfect. They put out so much good material, and watching their entire catalog is brilliant. Along with that, if you want more superhero movies, I would say the DC animated universe has a treasure trove of overlooked gems that are just fantastic and don't get the appreciation they deserve. If you want a great one to start with, Under the Red Hood is awesome. Overall, I liked The Incredibles 2, but I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it so bad, but I couldn't. Those flaws I pointed out, they kept bugging me as the movie went on, and afterwards I was like, damn, that was fun. But that's it. It was just fun. Still, the Incredibles franchise is the best Fantastic Four you'll ever get to see put to screen. So if you do enjoy superheroes and you want a fun time, Incredibles 2 is definitely worth it.